Alright, so lately there's been a lot of APVs that's hit the market. All of them are super advanced, but there's none quite like the Janty MiD 1. I'm telling you right now, the Janty MiD 1 is no walk in the park. Alright guys, so I'm going to be straight up with you on the Janty MiD 1. To be quite frank, this device is super crazy. I mean, as soon as I got this thing in the mail, it came in and I put on the cardo, tried to vape it. I got ill because I didn't know how it worked. I started reading the manual. Me being the man that I am, I didn't really go through the manual like I should have. And it was, overall, the first part of it was super aggravating. Like, I just wanted to throw this device up against the wall and forget about it. But I knew I needed to get this review out. I needed to read that manual. I needed to learn how to use the MiD. Alright, so you're probably thinking, what's so different about this Janty MiD versus, say, the eVic or the Tesla or any other advanced personal vaporizer? Well, the main thing is this one's ran off of PC software, much like the eVic. Except, whereas the eVic has a okay software, the Janty MiD 1, its software is just wow. I mean, everything from the real-time vaping, the gauges, the color, everything to this device is super, super advanced. I mean, you guys don't really understand exactly quite how advanced this device is until you actually have it in your hand and you're using the PC software. It's just that ridiculous. So I was kind of bummed out that the Janty MiD didn't come with a display screen, much like we're used to on, say, some of your more advanced personal vaporizers. But after a little bit of learning the MiD, I soon found out that you really don't need a display screen really for this device. It wasn't meant to have a display screen. It was meant to create your customized profile at home on your PC, and then when you're out and about, you can use that profile and execute it on the go. So checking your resistance, checking your battery life, all that, I mean, if you really think about it, isn't needed. At home, when you're creating this profile, you've customized this profile to the perfect vape you can get. You match the voltage with your resistance and to the cartomizer that you use or the atomizer that you use, and also to the e-liquid that you're using and to the milligrams that you're using. It all depends on creating your profile at home, getting everything perfect, and then when you're out and about, you're vaping perfectly. So navigating through the Janty MiD's profiles and crazy menu system, it relies on a button sequence, or actually a light sequence. So if you want to, say, change your vaping profiles, then you got to click 3 times over to the right, and then you got to go either L1, L2, R1, R2, or R3, R4, something like that. It just seems like we're going back to like the Morse code era, where we really shouldn't have to. We should be able to just look at a screen and go to what profile we want, and that'll be it. We shouldn't have to rely on blinks. It's just, in my honest opinion, it's aggravating. And after talking with Ludo, founder of Janty, I learned this is more like a Photoshop for vapors. Meaning it's something you can play with, something you can customize, something you can, it takes a lot of messing around to get something perfect. Alright, so the joystick was a really good idea. I like the joystick. It performs well. The purpose of the joystick is really nice. It goes along with the light sequence thing. I really wish it wasn't used for that and we had a screen where we can just click over it or whatever. But other than that, the MiD isn't too long. It feels nice in the hand. This is only the prototype version, so I will be getting the finished version and doing a review on the appearance of the Janty MiD 1. Alright, so let me just touch base with you real quick on creating profiles. Creating profiles is pretty simple. They got everything kind of mapped out for you. Once you learn the basics, you kind of get the whole thing. You can either get like MiD Pro, or you can stay with like the MiD Basic, which is just selecting what voltage or wattage you want. And MiD Pro is kind of fine-tuning your vape, so you can have it, say, go from 4 volts to 5 volts to 6 volts and make it do pulses and add different colors. Alright, so real-time vaping on the Janty MiD 1 is pretty awesome. It's got this kind of threshold thing where you can set it to, say, you don't want it to go above 7 volts and you don't want it to go below, say, 4 volts. What you do is just use the joystick right here and say that you got it at the threshold at 7 and 4. So if you just press in the center, it'll be whatever's in between 7 and 4, and then if you press on the joystick up, then it'll go from the middle up to 7 volts or 7 watts, whatever you have it set at. And if you press down, then it'll go to 4 volts or whatever you have it set at. The cartomizer for the Janty MiD is pretty nice. It's pretty huge. It's got a huge filler inside of it. It holds about 4 mils of e-liquid. It vapes really nice. Matter of fact, let me give you a little demo of it. Right now I have this on a 5-volt flat. Just got a bunch of colors on it, keeping it at 5 volts, keeping it basic. I'm using the MiD Cardo, and it works great. Alright guys, so I was just trying to keep this really quick for the Janty MiD. If you want to see my full detailed review, then you can go to GuideToVaping.com and look up Janty MiD review. Thanks for watching.